Hi everyone, welcome to Active Self Protection Extra here at Wilderness Tactical in Phoenix with my friend Brian from Mountain Man Medical, our official medical supplier and a combat medic. We're going to talk to you today. I'm going to tell you, if you guys know me, if you've been around me a while, you know I have really said I don't like the Swat-t. Brian disagrees with me. He says it has its place, so we're going to let the medical expert talk to us about it.
Newbold Targets is now Throom. Throom targets are lightweight, weatherproof, take thousands of rounds of shooting and make shooting fun. Pick up a set for your next range trip.
So, Brian, I know we've talked about this a little bit offline, and I don't like this SWAT tourniquet. Again, SWAT-t stands for Stretch, Wrap, and Tuck Tourniquet. So, it does have some interesting stuff here. We'll take it out of the package in a minute, and you can see that it kind of tells you how much to stretch it, and it's a big rubber band. And so, you go, wrap it around a number of times, tuck it into itself, so stretch it, wrap it, and tuck it, and now you have a tourniquet, okay? So that's pretty simple. I like that. That's cool. It's not Committee of Tactical Combat Casualty approved as a tourniquet. Again, there's about 7 or 8 that are, but this is not one of them. But you said you don't mind it.
No, I like it. And I don't like it for being my main tourniquet, but this is a great multi-purpose item. It can also be used as a tourniquet in a last-ditch effort. You run out of all your other tourniquets and all you've got left is this. This will work for you in a pinch. I don't recommend you carrying this as your main go-to tourniquet. You want to carry the Swat-t or the cat tourniquet. Those are what you should be carrying. But if you use those up and all you have left is this, then this will work for you. But you can use it for a bunch of other things besides just a tourniquet, which is why it makes it a good backup tourniquet.
So tell me what you would use that for.
All right, well, we already talked a little bit about these, the RATS tourniquets, about how this is a bungee cord, you wrap it around
the bungee cord of failure.
Yes, and the Swat-t does everything that the RATS tourniquet does, it just does it a lot better. We'll open this up and I'll show you why. Tears right open. All of the instructions for how to use it are located on here. So if you...
But you better be familiar with them because you're not going to use it in the moment. I got to sit here and read.
Practice. This is a tourniquet just like the cat and the Swat-t. You got to practice or it won't do you any good. So you slide this out, throw that away, and all this is an elastic band. And you can see the difference in the width compared to the width of the RATS. And this has such a wide area that it puts pressure over. It's easier to occlude the artery. You're able to put more pressure on that artery and compress more of that tissue and get that bleeding to stop. Now, one of the main problems that you already talked about is the way that it secures. You just tuck it underneath of itself. And the reason why it's not recommended by TCCC is because that's not good enough for combat. You're going to be dragging somebody over walls and fences and into ditches. You want that tourniquet to stay in place. Tucking this is not enough. So
it's a big deal, guys. You're going to pick this patient up, even in a non-military environment. You're going to pick them up, put them on a gurney. If you're using this in an austere environment, you might have to take them. You're out hunting or something, somebody gets shot, or they fall out of a tree and you get a compound fracture, and now you got this crazy bleeding. Tucking is not enough.
Right, yeah, you want to be able to secure it as good as possible. But if this is all you've got and you tuck it, be double checking it every so often to make sure. I would say every 5 minutes. I'd set a timer on my phone if it was me so I don't forget. And I'd go back and double check to make sure that the bleeding is controlled by this. But that's kind of like a small part of it. This also is more important for use as a compression bandage. It's a multi-use item. You can use it as a tourniquet and as a pressure bandage. You just pull out some of your gauze, cram it into the wound, and then you wrap this snug but not tight.
But not tourniquet tight.
Right. You're not trying to make a tourniquet right now. You're just trying to make a pressure dressing to control that bleeding that's not necessarily life-threatening. So you can use it for that. Another interesting thing that you could do for it, if you were so inclined, is tie a little knot in the end of it and then wear it around your neck as a sling. And it has this nice wide band which allows you to get your little bit of support. So you can tuck it like that. Honestly, it's just a rubber band. You're only limited by your creativity with it.
So if I may. This guy here, the thing, and I've said this, what I don't like from self-application is a big one, right? So let's just say I've got to put this on. Now I'm bloody, I'm sweaty, I'm doing all this stuff. Now I get it to the place where, okay, cool, I can get it to start doing its thing. Great, I like that. Okay, fine, I know I've got to get it tight, I've got to do all this stuff, I'm bleeding to death, this sucks. Now I get it tight enough, and now with one hand, while I'm bleeding to death, I got to find a way to tuck this thing. And I have such a hard time getting it to tuck adequately. So I don't like it for that. But I'm going to share this with you as well. Talked to a friend of mine who was present in Las Vegas at the massacre in Las Vegas. And her tourniquets, she had 2 of them on her, and they were used up, lickety split. And so did she wish she had another one as a backup, as an emergency? Doesn't work as well, but super compact. Yeah, for sure. She probably wish she had 10. So I go, okay, I want to have a compression bandage. It's a compression bandage. But if I want something that's a multitasker, this probably sucks as a tourniquet, but can do a lot of other stuff, I think this can work. So Brian has changed my mind. I think this has a place because of all those things and the extra things that it can do. I don't think I'm going to put this in my ankle kit because I don't really have the space to put it in my ankle kit. I don't think I'm going to put it in my range bag because I don't have space for it, or in my instructor waist bag. But in our range bag, as the hey, extra third, fourth option once things got crazy, yeah, I think it has a place. So don't use it as a tourniquet. This is the Swiss Army watch, or not Swiss Army watch, that's stupid. It's a Swiss Army knife of medical tools that will do a bunch of things. But just like a Swiss Army knife kind of sucks as a knife, but succeeds in a lot of other areas, this sucks as a tourniquet.
Yeah. Don't use it to replace your tourniquet, use it to supplement.
Dude. So, changed my mind. Thanks, bro.
No problem.